Welcome to the actual 5th episode of the Cinema Dash.
Yeah,
I am Gabs.
And I'm Deej.
And welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so I know we took a little bit of a break again because,
I had vacation.
He had vacation, life got in the way. But we're back,
Yeah.
and
we're back for the second time.
Yeah.
Second coming. It's the second coming.
Yeah. Hopefully we can come back for, we're going to try to stick to the schedule this time, which is usually like record over the weekend and upload on Monday. I'm working really hard to like make the new videos more like, not interactive, but like, more eye candy-ish. Like I started making my own music that I'm gonna put over the videos. I started making like backgrounds to them. So hopefully we're gonna start to see that in the next coming weeks.
Yeah, just a little update before we actually get into the reviews.
Yeah. Of
2 movies that we've seen in the last 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the most recent trailer that everyone's been talking about too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they were just doing the. We're trying to make the videos more, catch your eye, like Deej said.
Yeah.
And because before I think we mutually felt like it was more background noise. Like you just put.
Yeah.
Like you just put the video on and you work on something else.
Oh yeah.
So,
and I mean, as long as as long as people like listen to our opinions or whatever, not even like listen to our opinions, just like check out the channel, like whatever, like we're okay with that, and it's fine if your background noise. So we're just kind of doing this for fun, just to,
just to do something.
Just do something, exactly. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
But anyway, aside from that,
let's dive
story.
into the
let's dive into our first movie.
So the first one that you and I are going to do first.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be else. I mean, unless your grandma wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll just call Nonna from downstairs and just be like, "Hey,
want to do it?
Do a movie?" She's gonna be like, "Tu sei un pazzo, vieni di qui." And I'm just gonna be like, "All right, well, whatever."
What are you saying?
Yeah, right. It's just
speak English. But no,
foreigners.
Yeah.
But anyway, first movie we're gonna be doing is Ant-Man.
Ant-Man,
the most recent effort from Marvel Studios.
The second most recent one.
Well, Fantastic Four wasn't Marvel. That was Fox.
It's got the
Marvel logo plastered all over it, but hey, whatever, it's fine.
But to move on to something much better, we did not see this together. I saw it on vacation on a bad day. You saw it with a
friend of ours, a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah. You saw it first. That's right.
I did. Yeah. And so I guess we'll just start off with like a basic like story about it.
It's
Ant-Man, based on the comic books from Marvel. I personally haven't read any of the comic books, so I was really excited to see like a new character come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I know Ant-Man was always a really big part of like Civil War and stuff like that, and I think he was one of the founding members of the Avengers, if I recall correctly.
He actually, in the comics, I believe, made Ultron.
Really?
Yeah. So Avengers 2 had Tony Stark make Ultron.
Right.
But that's not the case. It was Ant-Man.
Wow. I had no idea. That's really cool to hear, actually.
I believe it's the first one that did it. The first Ant-Man, not the current one. Like, not him.
Oh, like who Michael Douglas played in the movie? Okay.
Like, if it were true, Michael Douglas's character would have made Ultron.
Oh, okay.
And not
okay. Well, that clears a lot of stuff up then, I guess. Because I've been hearing a lot of different things about Ant-Man. And I always thought he was a really interesting character, because, like, before seeing the movie, I thought, wow, this guy's kind of lame. But after seeing the movie, I was like, well, this guy's a total badass.
Yeah.
Like, so some basic story, I guess, about it. So Paul Rudd, going into this movie, I didn't really know about the Paul Rudd casting choice, because he was always like, oh, the quirky, not quirky, but like stupid comedian type guy.
We know him from like Anchorman.
Yeah, and like Our Idiot Brother, or
Role Models.
Yeah, like all those type of like Judd Apatow produced movies. But I gotta say, he nailed it in this.
Yes,
he did.
He did exceptionally well.
He did really. He was really good in this. But yeah, anyway, he is like a thief. He was kind of like this Robin Hood-esque guy who broke into the rich, gave to the poor, or whatever, and so on and so forth. And he eventually gets caught and arrested.
Yeah.
So he gets out of prison. The movie begins with him getting out of prison.
Yeah.
And so, without going into too much detail about the plot and everything, is him and Michael Douglas's character, what was it, Hank Pym, right? Cross paths.
And Pym wants Paul Rudd's character to, like, Michael Douglas wants Paul Rudd to become the next Ant-Man.
Yeah.
So
because of his skill set and whatever, because
because what he wants him to do is exactly what he does very well.
Exactly, and it's kind of funny because Paul Rudd wants to really get out of that situation, like breaking into things and stealing stuff.
It's a joke in the trailer.
Yeah, that's one of the jokes in the trailer, exactly. Multiple events happen throughout the movie, and eventually they cross paths, and he wants to become the new Ant-Man. And then we're presented with what I personally think is one of the greatest heist movies in recent memory.
Yes.
This movie was... It didn't feel like a Marvel superhero movie. It felt like... I remember walking into the theater and talking with our friend about it. I was like, well, this is a lot more like Ocean's 11. Ocean's 11 is really what came to mind when thinking about it, more than an Avengers movie or like a Captain America movie. Well, I like the new direction Marvel took with the movie.
It was action-packed.
Mm-hmm.
It had exposition, but exposition was very concise and easy to follow.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't like throw it, like plot in your face like most some big budget movies do.
Yeah, and when it gave like pre-story, like back to when like Michael Douglas's character was Ant-Man, I like that because it just worked because it needed to work.
Seamlessly flowed in the movie. I really like that about it.
Yeah. I don't need to hear all this backstory to all of it now, like in most movies, but this worked very well.
Yeah, it was. I would say like maybe in total like 5 to 10 minutes of flashback maybe.
Yeah.
And it was good because the flashback was necessary to the plot. It just didn't show him becoming Ant-Man or anything. It just showed him already as Ant-Man doing things.
Doing Ant-Man
things, exactly. But overall, that's pretty much the basic story. That's pretty much the basic story of it. And going into this movie, like my first impressions, I wasn't really expecting much, to be quite honest with you. Like, I know Marvel has had this phenomenal track record the past, almost 10 years actually, since 2007. Hit after hit after hit after hit.
The start of the Marvel Cinematic Universe started with The Incredible Hulk in 2008.
I thought it was Iron Man in 2007.
No. Oh, no. I think it was... because it was... Because in Incredible Hulk...
Or they officially announced that it was a thing.
It started with The Incredible Hulk with Ed Norton.
Okay.
And at the end of the movie, with the end credits scene, Robert Downey Jr. came in to talk to the General.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that started... And that was like, oh...
that was really what kicked it off.
Yeah, we're going to make a team, hinting that it's going to be the Avengers.
All right, okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. But going into, as I was saying before, it was always like hit. Like Captain America was a monumental success. Avengers, one of the first movies to gross $1 billion. Like hit after hit after hit. And then when I saw this movie, I was like, this might be Marvel's first miss. So I was a little iffy. Then I saw the budget for it, and I was like, I don't know if this will make it back because there wasn't much hype surrounding it at first. And then once it started getting closer to release, there was a lot more hype generating around it because I was really excited for it because one of my favorite directors was going to direct it, Edgar Wright, and he made stuff like Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, World's End, 3 of my favorite movies of all time.
The
Cornetto trilogy, yeah, exactly. 3 of my favorite movies of all time, and then I saw he was directing a superhero movie. I'm like, oh, whoa, that's sick, awesome. Edgar Wright he knows how to do action, he knows how to do comedy, and it's gonna be a perfect blend of both. But then he dropped out, and they got a relatively unknown director to the scene, Peyton Reed. And I haven't seen any of his movies personally, mostly because I just haven't really been interested in any of them. But I was a little skeptical because, from what I can tell, I think he mostly directed rom-coms. I want to say, I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think it was rom-coms. We could IMDb it right now. Let's actually see.
I mean, but besides that, there's a lot more other characters in the movie.
Yeah, mostly like rom-coms, like Yes Man, The Breakup, Bring It On. So not really anything anything having to do with the Beatles. I almost said the Beatles. Ant-Man. But I was really pleasantly surprised with how he handled the movie, actually, coming out of it. So what was your take? What were your first impressions on it or whatever?
When I heard that this was going to be a movie, and I heard that it was going to be directly after... No, I mean, not directly. It took a while, but right after Avengers 2, I'm like, this might not work just because you're doing this huge, big-scale movie again, like the first one,
Mhm.
doing it again, it's gonna be bigger, it's better, and everyone's gonna go see it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then you're gonna go back down and do an origin story movie with another character.
Right.
So doing something from that big to something, just starting with something that little, you might not expect a lot of hype or a lot of just people going to see it and being generally good.
Exactly, because it was a kind of a weird follow up, like you said before, like big bombastic action movie with every Marvel character in it so far and stuff like that, and then we move on to this really singular, one character focused
New
movie.
idea.
New idea, exactly. So it was a little bit of a weird follow up to do it, but in the end, I really thought it worked out very, very well. So some things I really, really enjoyed about the movie was the origin story. As a matter of fact, I thought it was one of the most interesting, captivating origin stories Marvel's ever done. Like from Paul Rudd going to like this hard-boiled criminal to just a hard-boiled criminal with a daughter, and he was trying to be a family man to like this.
He's trying to
He's trying to eventually restart his life, and to like this now big, which is kind of
Action
ironic,
star.
hero, in a sense. And I really liked. I think my favorite part of the movie was definitely the comedy.
Oh yeah,
You could definitely tell because Peyton Reed has obviously mostly done romantic comedies, and this was a different type of comedy. It wasn't like your normal like rom-com, like I'm in love with you kind of jokes. It was more situational humor. It was a lot of dialogue, fast dialogue between the characters. More likely to, if I was to compare it to somebody, I would actually compare it to Quentin Tarantino. Like the jokes were fast, they hit hard, they got right out of there, and then another joke came in. The chemistry between the characters was phenomenal. Whoever they got to write this movie, I think nailed it on the spot. It was phenomenal.
The one comedic scene, like the two comedic scenes that I think everyone has enjoyed when they go in to see this movie is the ones with Michael Pena.
Oh yeah, when he was explaining,
it's like his voiceover and everyone's mouth was just so synced. And that's what
synced up. That was perfect.
It was
awesome.
so funny.
It was really good. I really did enjoy that about the movie. That was one of the highlights of it.
You know what? I'm watching the movie, and I'm like halfway in, everything's happened. Everything in the Marvel movie that's happened in the Marvel movie has happened, except for one critical thing, the Stan Lee cameo. I'm like, wow, this movie may not actually have it. And then I see the end, and then do another Michael Pena thing, and they put him in there, and that just...
I thought it was one of the best ones yet. I thought it was.
You
think it's the best one?
I think it's personally the
I thought
best.
it was so good. It was such a great Stan Lee cameo. It was phenomenal. I really, really enjoyed that.
Crazy, stupid fine.
Stupid fine.
Just that coming out of his mouth at that age.
At 92 or however old he is. Oh, Jesus.
I was laughing. I went with my brother and my cousin and his two sons, and just going for a demographic thing. There's an age, and being that we're all boys, just going along. We all had a great time seeing it.
Yeah, it was a very fun movie. And
I mean, I know that's what you get with a Marvel movie.
Yeah, you usually get a fun movie-going experience, but this one I had more fun with it than the Avengers. I had a very fun. It was awesome.
You think it was better than the Avengers?
I personally, the first Avengers, or
no, you did not. You don't like the first Avengers.
No, I hate it.
The second
one I really liked. Yeah.
Do you think this is better than the second one?
I think they're on par with each other because it's really hard to compare them because Avengers is it's supposed to be all of these characters together in a big action movie, but this one isn't. So it's it's weird. I think definitely this one was funnier than Avengers 2, mostly because of the comedic influence behind it, and but action-wise, obviously, I would think Avengers was better because it was an action-centric movie. But
you're going from an all-star movie to a starring movie, and
to an underdog type thing. Yeah. But the comedy again was very fantastic. It was fantastic. The writing was really good. I would think probably, I don't know if and most people will agree with me on this. For people who have seen it, who are watching or listening to us right now. Mm-hmm. I thought my personal favorite part of the movie was, I'm not going to say what it's, I'm just going to say subatomic. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I want to say, for people who haven't seen it yet, the subatomic sequence was my favorite part of the movie. Mostly because it's something most movies who mention subatomic particles don't really show. And I thought that it was beautiful. It was an amazing spectacle of VFX. Mind you, very, very good VFX. The special effects in that sequence were phenomenal. Very good VFX, and it dove into like something Marvel movies don't really dive into mostly. It made you think. Like, cause like this stuff exists,
But
like,
we've never
we're
seen
all
it.
made up of it, but we never seen it. And and whoever like designed it, or like if the director had anything to do with it, like whoever designed what it looked like, there's probably infinite amounts of interpretations of what like
Yeah.
all that stuff looks like, and just how they did it was very aesthetically pleasing. I thought it was beautiful. It was an amazing spectacle.
I just want to know how they like where they reference like I mean like how they got that idea like where they get their reference from
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Like I know, like obviously people have drawn things about what maybe atoms look like and subatomic particles and whatnot, but it was nice to see like an original, like a very original just take on it. Because as he was moving through like the different layers of just like subatomic particles and whatnot until he eventually reached atoms and stuff like that, it was gorgeous. Like I would have never in a million years thought that's what like neutrons and protons and electrons would look like. Like that, it just blew my mind. It was absolutely like I sat there in the theater. Our friend sitting next to me was just like, with like his mouth just like he was just like drooling. Like he had no idea. I was sitting there like, wide. My mouth was wide open. My eyes were wide. My pupils were like widening up. It through my 3D glasses, and it was just like, oh my god. I think it was in 3D. Yeah. Yeah, it was in 3D.
Was it good in 3D? I think we should.
You know, most movie. You know, I didn't really care for it in 3D. I much would have rather. I've always preferred 2D to 3D. I don't think the 3D was all that great.
I can only remember one scene seeing it in 2D that would probably be good in 3D.
What scene was that?
I think like he just like comes over and like he's jumping and about to punch the guy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, but anyway, yeah, with that scene,
maybe like the gun scene too, where he's like.
Oh yeah, I think that would work.
That probably worked.
Definitely. But with going back to the subatomic particle scene, like it just blew my mind because it's something I've really never seen tackled in movies. Like I think I remember the last time I've ever seen something like that. Like where somebody shrinks and like goes into like the subatomic territory, was that Fairly Odd Parents special with like Dr. Crocker, and they like go inside the like the artist's eraser, and like they eventually go down to like the atoms and stuff like that. Like even when I was a kid, I totally
forgot about
that. Yeah, exactly, because nobody does it. Like that's why it's not as memorable. It's not as memorable.
And like in this situation of like being like a kid's show, you can get it wrong because whatever kid sees, like, oh, that must be real, and like. Yeah.
And again, there isn't really like a general like visual look. Like nobody really knows what atoms look like. I mean, we have interpretations of what they probably look like, but we never really have we ever seen an atom yet? That I'm not sure of. So, I mean, I'm no scientist or whatever, so I might be completely wrong. Like whoever's a scientist, comment. Whoever one of our 8 subscribers is a scientist, feel free to comment.
If you're a scientist, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, please.
No, but it reminded. I don't know why, but I'm thinking about this now. But that sequence reminded like the VFX and like you said reminded me of like a music video. I don't know why. I don't know why it just pops up in my head. But like I can see like that like just entire sequence. Like the whole background and everything, just going along with music.
I could see it with like a really trippy, like a Pink Floyd-esque song, you know?
Yeah.
I could see a really like trippy psychedelic video.
And if I remember, there was no sound or anything.
Yeah, no, that's what I really liked about it. The use of silence.
So it's you looking at it and seeing and being just wowed, and they did that and they achieved it.
Yeah, like there's this YouTuber I watch. His name is Every Frame of Painting. Definitely check out his channel, by the way. He's phenomenally offers like really great like film analysis and stuff like that. But anyway, I was watching his channel one day and it was a video about Martin Scorsese and his use of like silence in movies, and he was encouraging more directors to like use silence in a movie to like highlight like a really emotional or like a really like important part of the movie. And by Peyton Reed using silence in that scene, in that whole sequence, I think it really enhanced it as to whether you had like a really grand orchestral like score behind it, because I think it wouldn't have been as like, it would have been more like lighthearted or whatever when doing it. or at least in my opinion, I think it would have been more like lighthearted or more like it wouldn't have had as much of an impact as if it was completely silent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, again, I just really enjoyed that sequence. So what else did you like about the movie?
What did I like about it? I think everyone would agree with the fact that the villain wasn't the best Marvel villain.
No, at least he wasn't as bad as the Thor 2 villain. Whatever his name
Yeah.
was. I don't even remember what his name was. He was that unmemorable.
It's like some.
It was a dark elf or
Yeah,
something.
some dark elf thing. I don't even remember.
Completely forgot what his name is.
I mean,
A waste of talent, mind you. Christopher Eccleston is a phenomenal actor. Waste of talent. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
yeah. The villain. I don't think most people. I think most people would say that it's not the best villain. I think he was a good origin story movie villain.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I do like Corey Stoll too.
You're not gonna go into an origin story film and get something like the Avengers, like Ultron or Loki.
Exactly, like how in Batman, for example, in the DC cinematic universe,
Yeah.
they didn't start off with the Joker. They started off with Scarecrow, which, mind you, is a pretty good starting off villain because
Yeah.
I've always liked Scarecrow. And then Dark Knight, which is considered the best superhero movie ever made by many publications and fans alike. And think about it, because Joker was phenomenal in that movie. Like he won, like Heath Ledger won an Oscar for that performance. So like, I thought it was good that they held off the Joker till the second movie.
And then Bane came along.
And then Bane came along, and he was.
I liked the third one.
I liked. No, I love the third one. Don't get me wrong. It's just Bane, like how they killed off Bane was just like, whatever.
I personally thought it was not on par with Dark Knight, but it was
definitely not.
It was slightly. Yeah, Dark Knight is amazing. It's the best superhero movie ever made.
Mm-hmm.
Dark Knight Rises, to me, is a step below.
Yeah, it's like one step below. I love that movie personally.
Yeah,
I was so excited when it came out. I loved it. But again, it's really, really hard to top Dark Knight because Dark Knight pushed so many boundaries that we can't see that we haven't seen in superhero movies before. It was unique. It took a really, really dark spin on like Batman, because Batman was already a dark hero in general, but it just made it like that whole situation just grim.
It's how you do a dark superhero.
Exactly.
Movie.
That is the quintessential dark superhero.
Not Fantastic Four.
I haven't seen that yet. Neither have you. I'm reserving my judgment for it.
I think the 4 on the solid 4 on IMDb right now.
It has a 4 on IMDb.
Solid 4.
Really?
And a 9 on Metacritic.
Really?
No, not a 9. Metacritic has a 27.
Really?
Rotten Tomatoes has a 9%.
It's that bad?
Yeah, it's that bad.
Oh my god! I was really excited for it.
But we can talk about Fantastic Four
we can talk
later.
about that another time.
But going back to Ant-Man and its villain,
yeah, exactly.
it's a good starting villain.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like him. Like when I talked about it with a lot of other people, I personally liked it just because it was a good first step villain.
And now I definitely agree with you on that, because
it makes me want to see who they're going to choose for the next one.
Yeah. I'm very partial to Corey Stoll. I watched the first 2 seasons of House of Cards. I've yet to watch the third one. And I really, really like Corey Stoll in that. He plays like this really sleazy politician in it, and he plays his role very well. Plus, I watched like a couple episodes of The Strain too. He's also when he plays the main character, and I really like his work in that. So I've really been Corey Stoll's really been on my radar these past couple months, and I like him. I think he's a great actor, great up and coming dude.
He's gonna be in Black Mass, I believe that's called. Johnny Depp. It's like the gangster.
Oh, Black Mass, yeah. He's in Black Mass too, and that I'm really looking forward to.
I want to see that as well.
I'm looking forward to that. I really like the director who's doing that. But anyway, I enjoy Corey Stoll, and I thought he was really good in this one. Again, he might not be the best villain of all time. Might not be on par with like a Loki or like a Joker or anybody, but
that's
he definitely made his mark.
But that's only because they're more like higher, like they're more powerful than
exactly.
Him.
He's just one dude with a. He's just one dude with a.
He's
drug.
Yellow Jacket. He's got a suit. He's basically Iron Man, but with a different suit.
Essentially,
yeah.
Yeah, he's just a regular dude with a drug. That's all. It's really when it comes down to it, that's really what he is. But how they like handled him, I thought was really cool. Like he had some pretty cool dialogue moments. He was very tense too. Like that one scene with them in the house where he was like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna come kill your dad." Yep. That was a really tense scene. Like you could tell he was there to do some harm, but he ended up holding back.
Speaking of which, female lead was very good as well.
Oh yeah, Evangeline Lilly.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she's gorgeous. I loved her in that movie. What?
I said she was good. And you're like, oh yeah, she's beautiful.
No, I'm agreeing with you in the sense like yeah, she's a very good actress. Yeah, I really liked her, but I also think she's very attractive.
Okay.
What, man? It's like...
Listen, we'll have a top 10 babes in
Okay,
movies.
yeah, fine. We'll make our top 10 babes in movies list.
But getting back to her,
okay.
she while like she the whole time she wants to be Ant-Man, which to me is just like, wait, if you're a girl and he's and that's gonna be Ant-Man,
does Ant-Woman
are you
exist?
gonna be Ant-Woman? Because that's
Woman? Whoa, man.
Because that just wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's what Wasp is for.
Yeah.
She's essentially girl Ant-Man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
I liked her in the movie a lot.
Yeah,
She was cool.
She was very good. I feel like she did her role very well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait to see her if there's going to be another Ant-Man, which I wouldn't doubt.
I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah, this one was a pretty big success. So
In the after credit scene, making her into a much more which will make her a much more prominent character.
oh, definitely, yeah. I really another thing I really liked was how they took the conventional that's like a romantic, like you know how like in most like I don't know, like big budget action movies, like how the main character and the main girl always like end up together.
Mm-hmm.
This happens in that movie, but it happens in a really, really funny way.
Yeah.
And I really liked how it kind of like broke the stereotype on it. I'm not gonna say how it happens, but I will say it's funny. It's a really funny way how it happens.
Needless to say, just to summarize it, the starring cast of Ant-Man, Michael Douglas, Paul Rudd, Corey Stoll, Evangeline Lilly, top-notch performances.
Oh yeah, all
very
great
good.
performances all around. Great performances. What didn't you like about the movie?
The one thing that the movie brought to my that was bad that brought to my attention was my one cousin who saw it with me did not like how he got out of the ending. I'm not gonna spoil it. Like he puts the thing in the thing and he gets that and he becomes bigger again.
Oh yeah, that was a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see why.
Because Pim's all like, oh, this thing does this, and also my wife did this, and now we lost her. So
Yeah,
you couldn't put two
it was
and
a
two
little
together.
contrived. Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean, when you think about it, it makes sense.
I didn't think about.
Essentially.
Well, I thought of that when I saw that, and he explained it that way, and then he said, "Oh, don't do this with the thing because it might happen because this might happen."
Yeah. I don't know. It kind of.
I didn't make the connection, which is what I liked about it, and they did it, and like, oh, that good job, movie. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I will think some people will say it's a cop out, but you know he's not going to die because they already said he was going to be in Captain America: Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
But I was a little on the fence about it. Like
Yeah.
in perspective, when you think about it, it makes sense, or not like makes sense, but like movie like plot wise, I guess it makes sense. But like I could see like why some people like groaned at it. You know what I mean? Like they were just like, oh, okay, whatever. I don't know. Some things I didn't really like about the movie. It's really hard to think of some because I did
It was very
generally like it. Like I liked it a lot.
It wasn't.
No, by no means a perfect movie.
Yeah,
or
it's not a
anything.
perfect movie.
It's not a Mad Max man or anything, but like, I'd say like maybe I found the daughter to be just a tad bit annoying.
I mean,
She was cute, but
it's a child star. It's
it's
a kid
definitely
in the
a
movie.
child, yeah. And it's very rare that you come across.
At least, it wasn't the kids from Jurassic World bad.
Oh Jesus! Oh,
Do I have to
No,
start
you
again?
don't. Believe me, you made it pretty clear last episode of why you did not like anybody. But
Fucking shit.
I just there was very little to not like. It was a very charming movie. It really got it. It didn't like get under my skin or anything.
T.I. was in the movie. I think he did pretty well.
Yeah, T.I. was in the movie. Yeah. He
was
doesn't
in the-
rap anymore, does he? I know he had that reality show a while ago.
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't listened to
don't
Ti.
listen.
I only liked one song or whatever. Point is, he was in it.
From a musician to movie star, he did pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would definitely
Michael
say he did
Pena
pretty
was
good.
funny. He did very well.
Michael Pena was great. I don't know who that Russian dude was. That Russian dude was pretty
He was
funny
pretty
too.
good. He was good too.
I liked it.
I want to see more of him.
Bobby Cannavale was in it. I love Bobby Cannavale. He's the dude that plays Hold on, I'll show you a picture of him.
I might know who he is. I don't quite remember.
This dude. He's like a character actor essentially. If my computer
If-
would
if-
stop moving it.
If Google wants to go.
This dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this dude.
He was
He was the cop.
I know. He's the husband-in-law or boyfriend to the
Yeah,
to his ex-wife.
the
Yeah,
soon-to-be
yeah.
stepdad.
Um,
Yeah, I love him. I really I love his work.
Union
He's
City.
a really damn funny guy. Yeah, he's from Union City. He's from Jersey, which is since we're both from Jersey, I like him a lot already. But I just think he's a really funny dude. I like his work, and
Yeah.
just to see him in the movie was a pleasant
Yeah.
surprise. I usually like everything he's in, so.
I know from Paul Blart. That's why.
He was in Paul Blart. Oh yeah, he plays the corrupt dude,
Yeah.
right?
That Paul Blart is better than Jurassic World. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I can't believe that just came out of your mouth.
Yeah, well it did.
I cannot believe
So
that
now
just came
it's
out of your mouth.
right
All right,
now-
guys, this is the official last episode of the Cinema Dash. It was a pleasure working for you.
Maybe for you.
Maybe.
For me, I'm staying.
I'm staying here. I'll live in my room.
My comments stand.
Oh God, can't
So-
believe you just said that.
Well,
Anyway,
so you want to give it a?
yeah, let's sort of
Give it a final score?
Yeah, final score.
I would shrink.
Oh Jesus.
I would shrink 8.5 times out of the possible 10 times my size for this movie.
Is this just because you're tall?
No, this is just because his power is to shrink. So I would shrink to the side to 8 point. The point is, I like the movie.
He's trying too hard. Anyway, I would give it 4 giant ants out of 5 giant ants.
Yeah, I would give it
I would give it 4 giant Thomas the Tank Engines out of 5.
just exploding out of a
Exploding
house.
out of a house. Yeah, I would definitely do that.
I would give it 8.5. Beating the shit out of the Falcon.
Oh my God, that sequence was awesome! When Falcon. Oh wait, that might have been a spoiler.
No, it's not. It was in the trailer.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh yeah, it wasn't.
In the commercials,
But anyway, yeah, Falcon was awesome in that movie.
Yeah.
I love him. I love Anthony Mackie. I love Falcon. That was so cool. It was such a pleasant surprise to see him. I didn't see any of the trailers. That's why I
He
guess.
was in a trailer.
But oh my God, I
Trailers and commercials.
loved how he was in that movie.
But-
I remember like I was like in the theater and my buddy was like, "Well, who's that?" And I'm like, "That's fucking Falcon." And he's like, "Oh, all right."
Why do they call him Captain Falcon? That's a better question.
Captain Falcon, because that's already like a trademarked character.
Oh, not necessarily. Not in this.
What do you mean, not necessarily? He's
Not
one of
not-
Nintendo's properties.
Not in the cinematic wise.
You still can't fucking use it.
Do you see Nintendo doing anything with him?
Putting him in Smash.
But do you see him putting him in anything else?
Well, there might be a new F1 game or
Yeah.
F-Zero game.
Fuck no, there's
Yeah,
not.
there
You know what?
might be.
You know what the new F-Zero game is gonna be called? Fucking Mario Kart 9.
Fuck you, man. No, it's not.
Alright. This is a conversation for a whole nother channel.
Yeah, we might start a gaming podcast now. Just
No.
be like,
I mean,
argue. Our first episode will be why Captain Falcon isn't called Captain Falcon. and
why the Falcon in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is not called Captain Falcon?
It's just gonna be 2 fucking idiots sitting around here with 2 bottles of water screaming about why Nintendo isn't
Yes.
doing shit about
Yes.
F-Zero.
We have our waters.
You
so
heard
know-
you
so
heard it here first, folks.
We have our waters, so you know it's an official
Yeah,
review.
exactly.
So, alright. I will get this next one over with. This next review.
Oh, well, it's going to be a short one because he
Yeah.
hated it again. All right, next one.
This one I walked out on, and guys.
Yeah, you fucking.
That's it. This is the
Don't know
first-
how he did it. Don't know how he did it.
You know how I did it? I stood up and said, "This movie's
Such
fucking
an ass.
this movie's
Fuck
fucking
you.
trash," and I walked out.
It was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah,
Out of the
phenomenally.
6 people we went out of the 5 people we went with, 4 said it was phenomenal, and you were the asshole that walked out and sat on the
It was
popcorn
phenomenally bad.
stand. Fuck you! You were the asshole that was sitting outside on your phone on the popcorn
only-
stand.
the
Looked like a
only-
jackass.
The only thing about this movie that was good was how the leading lady looked.
She was very attractive, and she was great, and she did her own stunts.
No.
I love her. Shut up.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Rebecca Ferguson.
Hit me up
You
on
have
Twitter.
my yeah. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll give you my number, and we'll
Hit me up on Twitter.
And we'll
At
hang
me-
out. You, me, and
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. We'll
Yeah.
hang out.
No, not Tom
Mission
Cruise.
Impossible.
Fuck Tom
no,
Cruise.
fuck you. Tom Cruise is
Fuck
I
you.
love Tom Cruise. Get out of here. He's the best action movie
Yo.
star of the past 25 years.
Jack Reacher, on the other hand, he was good in that. But this movie, fuck
Oh,
off.
fuck you, Jack. Tom Cruise is good in anything he's in. Tom Cruise could be in a movie about fucking a duck.
Oh
and
yeah,
it'd be great.
oh yeah. He was
Yeah.
good in Mission Impossible 2 and 3.
Yes, they're the same
And
thing.
those are shit
Why are you
movies.
standing up?
Because I'm mad.
I'm mad. You're gonna get angry. Fuck you, no. Mission Impossible 2 might have been shit, alright? Mission Impossible 3 was great, alright? Mission Impossible 3 is a great movie. And so is 4, and so is 1, and so is this one.
I'm actually shaking my head no so hard that I'm cracking my neck.
Yeah, you might actually. I think I heard a crack in your neck.
Yeah. Point is, we saw Mission
Becomes The
Impossible
Exorcist.
5. Point is, Rebecca Ferguson. There's 2 points here. Rebecca Ferguson, if you're listening to this, hit me up on my Twitter at AnthonyGabs97. Second point.
Hit me up on Carbon Astro.
And then we have the second point being, we saw Mission Impossible 5.
Yeah.
Rogue Nation. The only thing rogue about this is the fact that it was rogue from being a good movie.
The only thing that was rogue about this was that my car is a Nissan Rogue. Anyway.
Point is, this movie's shit.
Point is, this movie's fucking phenomenal, alright? This movie's fantastic.
Well, you tell your reason
Second best action movie of the year, besides behind Mad Max.
And
Reasons I loved it.
Do you think this movie was better than Ant-Man and fucking Avengers 2?
Do I think Mission Impossible was better than Ant-Man?
Mission Impossible 5 being better than Ant-Man?
They're 2 completely different things. I can't really compare.
You just said they're action movies.
Well, one's about a superhero, the other one's about a secret agent.
Super spy.
Super spy? Wait, who's a super spy? Ethan Hunt?
Fucking no, yeah, fucking him.
That wasn't a super spy. He's just a normal dude who could breathe underwater for a long time.
Who else can breathe in the water for more than 3 minutes?
Rebecca Ferguson can apparently. She fucking saved him from that thing. All right.
That was
Anyway,
bullshit.
You're bullshit. You're fit. All right. Anyway,
But if you want to see bad visual effects, go see that.
go
one
see
scene.
Jurassic World if you want to see bad
Oh,
visual effects.
Do you want me to get twice as angry right now?
Oh, I can see you're already angry. You want to see fucking bad special effects? Go watch The Scorpion King. Or Mummy 3 or whatever one that Dwayne Johnson was in.
Yeah,
But anyway.
I saw that. I mean, I saw the visual effects in that. But
that was just
at
god-awful.
least it was better than that underwater scene.
What are you fucking talking about? They actually filmed it in another water thing. They built the set for it.
Bullshit.
Fuck you, man. No, they did. Anyway, Mission Impossible 5.
You're telling me Tom Cruise can
All right,
actually
here we go again.
You're telling me someone can actually hold their breath for more than 3 minutes, and one of those people being Tom Cruise?
So, well, I could see why, because Tom Cruise is like, what was how long ago was 1996? 18 years ago? 19 years ago? I was born then. I should probably know. But 18 years ago, man, like I could. He's had 18 years of fucking training and
breathing the lessons.
Yeah, probably. Like he's supposed to be the world's best secret agent, so he could probably hold his breath longer than 3 minutes. And what do you think he could shoot people from like 40,000 feet away across the towers and do fucking by?
Well, first off, he's not fucking the guy from The Guest here who can just let people run and then shoot them.
Well, he's genetically enhanced, so I can see that.
Point is, give your reasons.
Anyway, Mission Impossible 5.
Point is, give your reasons why you think this movie is good, and I'll give my reason. As
Okay,
to why
all
this movie is bad.
right, fine. Now, I haven't had the nostalgia factor that most people had while watching this movie because I've just recently seen the first Mission Impossible, like maybe 2 weeks ago. I loved it. Because I have like a man crush on Tom Cruise. And I think he's one of the best. I think he is the quintessential action star of the past 25 years. I will marry him now that he's single. Because Katie Holmes is just like, well, I want to take the kids because of Scientology and shit. All right, now I will marry. No, actually, probably be a bad idea. Because Scientology is bullshit. But anyway,
you probably pissed off some people.
Sorry, but anyway, back to the movie. Mission Impossible 1, fan-fucking-tastic. Mission Impossible 2 was batshit awful. And then 3, 4, and 5 were great. 5 was great because the action scenes were great, the stunts were great, the acting was great, the villain was awesome. One of the best villains, I think, of recent memory. He was great. He was threatening. I actually felt threatened with him. The writing was on par. Did I mention the stunts were fucking great? The acting was good. I like the acting. Well, albeit it was a little, there was a little too much. The movie was basically just throwing exposition in your face the entire movie, and that was the one thing I didn't like about it. All right, when you drove me home after the movie, we both agreed that it just shoved exposition in your face like shit through a goose. All right, but anyway. That was one of my main gripes with the movie. I liked the little callbacks to the first couple movies. Like, I liked how some classic characters reprised their roles. I'm not gonna say who, or else it would spoil it. But and that's why I thought it was a great movie. And I liked the director's work. The director was really great, Christopher McQuarrie. Some sequences were utterly fantastic, like in the Opera House. That was great. And yeah. I mean, I'll go in depth more once we get to those topics. But why didn't you like the movie?
Number one, exposition, way too goddamn much.
No shit, that's what we just said.
But no, you didn't even explain why there's so much exposition.
All right, you want me to explain why this exposition?
No,
All right,
no.
Jeremy Renner and Tom fucking Cruise are locked in a room together. They're just like, see, the main villain is gonna blow up Paris and with 6 H-bombs and shit. We better do that because if we don't, then he's gonna do this and then that and then this and then that, and we have to do this to stop him and then blah 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 blah. That's essentially what happens in the movie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it.
Exposition, way too goddamn much. If you want to see a spy movie with the movie being taken up by 90% exposition, 5% action, 1% spy, and 4% miscellaneous, this is your movie for you.
This movie had more action than talking, alright? Ghost Protocol, the first Mission Impossible, had more talking than action.
Ghost Protocol is my favorite Mission Impossible.
Yeah, and it had more talking than this one.
Bull fucking shit.
Alright. Whoever's a good editor here, alright? I want you to take Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, and I want you to get a... I'm not endorsing torrenting, but somehow get a copy of Mission Impossible 5.
Buy it.
Buy Mission Impossible 5
it's a good movie.
when it comes out.
Buy it. Take all the action.
I want you to take the talking scenes and compare them in both movies and make a timer.
Yeah, you know what you'll see? You'll see
Mission Impossible 4 more fucking talking.
You'll see a good amount in Ghost Protocol and way too goddamn much.
You won't. I swear to God, you won't.
Multiply the amount of exposition in Ghost Protocol by a fuck ton.
Yeah, fuck you. Multiply the amount of dicks in your ass. All right, anyway. I'm sorry.
That, when there was action, and what I mean, when there was action, there's very
fuck you, the action scenes were plentiful.
They were little and they were awful.
They were great. How can you sit there and tell me that Tom Cruise actually hanging from a plane 5,000 feet in the air is not the most badass shit you've ever heard?
But I saw that for the commercials.
They didn't show the entirety of it. They didn't show how he got on the plane. They didn't show how what he did afterwards when he got on the plane. They just showed him in the air.
I have a question for you. Have you actually seen a commercial for this movie?
Yes, I've seen it on TV.
So you actually seen him not do anything?
Well, it was literally 3 seconds of him just hanging on the plane. They didn't show how he got on the plane. They didn't show him climbing up the fucking
runs
thing.
on it.
Yeah, he runs up and does a fucking roll and shit, and he
I can roll on a plane.
Yeah,
anyone can roll on a fucking plane.
Here's what I want to say. All right, using the Cinema Dash's $30 budget, let's go to an airfield, and what I want you to do is I want you to stand up on a hill. I want you to go, and I want you to run as a plane's coming by. I want you to jump midair and then roll onto the plane and hang onto the side of it.
25. I spent $5 of it on that Jersey Mike's.
God damn it. All right, well, fine. $25.
So, exposition way too goddamn much. Action, when there was shit.
It's
and
phenomenal.
The stunts, what?
What are you oh my god. Oh my god, I'm about to fucking bash my head against the wall. I just explained one. Then when Tom Cruise is jumping through 65 panes of glass, another one when he's doing his own breathing under the lack thereof in the centrifuge thing, and when he is riding on the motorcycle at 350,000 miles per hour.
You know it's not one take. If it were one take, I would say that's pretty goddamn
What's
cool.
not one take?
The whole water sequence.
Yeah, I know, but there was a couple long takes in there.
There are a lot of cuts in there, though.
Yeah, I know there were a lot of cuts in it, but yeah, obviously he has to come up for air because he's not goddamn Ethan Hunt.
You're telling me he comes up for air?
Not Ethan Hunt. Tom Cruise comes up for air. Not Ethan Hunt.
So I would say if it were one more long scene, that'd be pretty fucking cool.
Well, obviously, but no human can do it besides Ethan Hunt. Mind you, Mission Impossible's not real.
If it were it's not?
No shit.
Oh shit! I gotta rethink my goddamn life. Of course it's not real.
No fucking shit, it's not real. That's why Ethan Hunt holds his goddamn breath.
You think a goddamn nuke hit the tower in San Francisco? Just a smidgen?
Probably not. I would have made national goddamn news if I heard of it.
Point is, I'm not saying it has to be long. Right. I'm just saying it didn't have to be so many goddamn cuts in there.
Why else are they gonna fucking make the movie? They're not gonna do one long take of just special VFX.
A minute and a half.
He's not that artsy.
A minute and a half underwater. I can do a minute and a half underwater. Fucking try me. I've done it before. Point is, bullshit. How there's you can't go in because there's no metal. You can't like take an air tank because there's no you can't get any metal in there. I didn't see anything that can like not do anything with metal. They said it.
It was sensors. It wasn't like a big like a visual thing about it. It was like sensors, didn't?
So you're telling me if someone like drops their pen while they're doing research, like, oops, I dropped it in the water.
Well, what kind of pen are we talking here? Like one of these plastic pens, or like
obviously one of those, obviously,
or freaking a pen made from like the wreckage of like the fucking power plant in Pennsylvania.
Want to see more peas?
Yeah, that was
Pen.
a lot of alliteration.
Power plant.
Penis. Oh god.
Of course, a fucking metal pen, so you can actually pick up the sensors. But I didn't see any of that bullshit.
Well, what jackass is gonna set off an entire alarm, dropping their pen in there?
Who actually what facility has measures like that? So no metal.
I don't know what facility that like what were they getting? The names of something? I forgot what they were doing. They were getting like the names of something.
They're getting like a code.
Yeah, exactly.
If, you know what?
If it was that big of a code to where they're getting like millions and to where they're getting billions of dollars of expenses, hell yeah, they're gonna put a security system like that in there.
It's so bad.
How is that bad?
It's so
bad.
bad.
All right, listen to this. Listen to this.
It's
You're
so
a billionaire, right?
It's so bad.
Right,
you didn't even know what was going on in the movie.
Listen to this. Fuck you. Listen to this. If you were a billionaire, right? No, screw that. If you were a trillionaire, right? And you had if you were the president of the United States, right? And you were also a trillionaire. All right, and you need a place to lock up a bunch of money for your kids, and also the nuclear launch codes. All right, where are you gonna put that? You're not gonna put that in some back alley safe behind your fucking porta potty porcelain toilet or something. You're gonna put that shit in like a laser grade, like fingerprint scan, eye scan, face scan, voice recognition. Fucking safe thing that should take like 6 nuclear bombs to crack.
What I would do in that situation? I would get the water thing from this movie because no one can hold their goddamn breath for 3 goddamn minutes.
And that was the point. That was what the terrorists were thinking of. They didn't want to get the codes out, so they put it underwater or whatever and made it not.
And it was bullshit, and they got away with it.
That was the point. And they were supposed to. Like that's the thing. They're 2 of the best agents in the world. The movie's called Mission Impossible.
But
they're supposed to accomplish the impossible.
They proved in 4 previous movies that the mission is indeed fucking possible.
That's the point. That's the fucking point.
So you're telling me it's possible to swim along underwater for 3 minutes?
Yes.
No.
Because they break the impossible. They accomplished the impossible.
Oh, I'm gonna fly, but I don't have wings.
That's not the same thing.
That's impossible.
It's not the same thing.
You want to see that Mission Impossible 6? This fucking Ethan Hawke is be like, oh, I'm gonna fucking fly.
He just makes that sound.
Like, wow, that sure is impossible. Mission Impossible, and the movie.
And the movie, it's just Ethan Hawke farting and then flying and then.
That's how he flies. That's how making Mission Impossible.
Are you listening, movie producers? But anyway, like how?
Yeah, at least I'll make you laugh.
But this, they're supposed to bring.
Simon Pegg didn't make me laugh in this movie.
Simon Pegg was great in this movie. I don't know about you. Simon Pegg was phenomenal. So was everybody in this movie. Was great.
Nope.
Alec Baldwin was great too, even though he played the same guy from 30 Rock.
Nope.
All right, continue with what you didn't like about it, and I'll prove you wrong.
Exposition way too goddamn much.
Well, believe me, we covered that.
Action sequences, that thereof, if there was any.
There what?
If there were any good ones.
If we had a camera right now.
What I just say before?
The action sequences.
No, the stunts.
Yeah.
If there are any cool ones.
There
We just said this, but I just see the read like the
yeah,
sound.
seriously, the read was just like.
Not good acting.
Care to explain?
Everything?
Were you expecting Oscar-nominated performances from this film?
I was hoping to see a good one.
There was. Oh, believe me, every single character offered a good one.
You know what? I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You do the review for this one, and I'm just gonna say this right now. This movie gets a solid 2.
Out of what? 10? 5?
10. This movie, I would.
You better go to the bathroom right now, because I'm gonna shit talk you.
I would hold my breath underwater for 2 minutes out of the possible 10. Because apparently
They held their breath longer than your review. They held their breath. Their breath holding got more longer than.
Bullshit.
It's
that
not
can't
bullshit.
happen.
I'm telling you, we spent more time arguing about this than we actually did fucking talking
You know
about
what?
the movie.
Hold on a second. Fuck you and your
Okay,
opinion.
get the fuck out of my room. No. Alright, while he's in the bathroom, I'm gonna explain the truth about why this movie's good.
Bullshit.
Get out! Alright, I'm taking your spot for this shit. Okay. So here's what we gotta say. Here's what we gotta say about the movie. Alright. For fans of old Mission Impossible movies, you're gonna dig this one. For people who are just coming into the series, you're also gonna dig this one, alright? Because one, the movie had great action sequences that were great and awesome, and they didn't rely. It wasn't like Bayhem or anything. It was cool. While albeit the car seat chase in the movie was way longer than it needed to be. It really was. It got boring and it took me out of the movie a little bit. But other than that, excuse me. Other than that, the movie it just. Is he not back yet?
I'm back.
Oh
You
god,
know
he's
what happened?
fucking back.
I thought of
Jesus
something.
Christ. What'd you think of?
First off, why are you sitting in my goddamn seat?
Well, I told you I was shit talking to you while you were
Point
gone.
is, you want to go see a good spy movie within the last 5 years? Skyfall.
Oh, Skyfall was phenomenal. Skyfall was one of
Blows
my favorite
this-
movies of all time.
Blows this one out of the fucking
Well, no
orbit.
shit, it blows this movie out of the water. It's a fucking great spy film. But this one was also a great spy film. And you can't really compare the two because one's about a cool...
You know what? You're right. I can't compare this movie, the two movies.
Fuck.
Because, you want to know why? It's like comparing shit to a fucking Maserati.
Okay, first off, one's a car and one's human excrement. First off.
The point is, one's luxurious and one's shit.
How can you describe a movie as luxurious? Do tell.
Do you not see how he's dressed up as? Like how
In a
he's dressed-
suit?
I wore the
That's
suit.
supposed to make me feel luxurious?
I wore that suit to prom. I wore the blue, and it was fucking rad. And
Yeah, you also wear your sunglasses to prom too, you jack off.
did I?
You did.
Oh yeah, I did.
No, but in all honesty, that suit was pretty damn fine. But anyway,
Point is, finish your review, and I'm just gonna.
all right. I guess I'll have to. I guess I'll have to carry the show.
Yeah, do it, because I already gave my 2 cents, even though this movie doesn't even deserve fucking 2 cents.
Fuck you. This
It deserves negative 2 cents. It deserves to pay me money. I want my fucking refund.
You're not gonna get it.
You hear me, Tom Cruise? I want my fucking refund.
You want your fat refund?
I want my fat refund.
Your porky refund? All right. Anyway, well, you guys probably got nothing out of this. One's telling you not to go see it, and the other one's telling you to go see it. So take it from the person
Go
who.
see fucking Pixels.
How dare you? How dare you say that? I'd rather see Jurassic World again than see Pixels. Yeah, I said it. Jurassic World was an okay movie. I said it. End of discussion. We're talking about trailers now. Oh god, he's packing up his chair. Oh, he dropped the chair. He's walking out of the room.
Our friendship, or lack thereof,
Oh god.
finito.
You can't even say it right. It's finito.
I can say I can go see good movies. Also, that makes no goddamn sense. Like this entire fucking movie. I spit a little.
Caught my desk
Let's-
a little bit
let's-
with that one.
Let's review Deadpool trailer.
Anyway, to everybody who just, got nothing out of that, we're sorry. But, shit happens. Anyway, on to our next section of the podcast.
Well, last and final part of this
Last and final part.
episode. This
trailer
god
talk.
awful one. Every fifth episode is gonna be shit. I'm gonna make this right now.
Every fifth episode is going to be shit posting. Alright, I'm very okay with this. On to our last section of the podcast, the trailer talk. It's where we talk about trailers that came out in a couple days, or a couple days ago, or a couple weeks ago, and we discuss them. So, we're going to be talking about Deadpool. And I am so excited because Deadpool is my favorite Marvel character besides Daredevil. And now he's finally getting a movie where they're not going to fucking butcher him. So,
I'm excited for the sole reason that this trailer wasn't as good as I thought it would be. Which is good because I'm not hyped. And last time I got hyped, I saw fucking Jurassic World.
anyway, I really like the trailer because, again, besides Daredevil, Deadpool is my favorite Marvel character of all time. I've been following him really closely ever since. God, he's been my favorite since 2007, 2006, and I've loved him ever since. I've read a bunch of his comics. I've loved the video game. I'm not going to talk about X-Men Origins.
That's back on Steam, just to amp up the movie. I heard
Deadpool. They took it off Steam.
The Deadpool video game was off Steam.
For what reason?
Then, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I don't play Steam. I don't play like the only computer games I have are like Shovel Knight. Good game, by the way.
Oh, Shovel Knight's great.
TF2, but you get that for free.
Truth.
Left 4 Dead 2, which I never fucking played, ever. But I would like to if I had a computer that ran more than 10 frames per second. Point is, Deadpool the game was not on Steam. It was on Steam, like, release. And then it was off. And now it's back on recently. Most likely because just to hype up the movie.
Right.
Which is not a bad way to do it.
No, not at all.
Probably could have gotten a better game to do it. I mean, like, because let's be honest, Deadpool the game wasn't as good.
No, it wasn't. But I liked it because it had a great sense of humor. It was a little generic.
No, it was funny. Don't get me wrong, it was funny at points, but it's just gameplay.
It was way too short. It was very generic.
Short gameplay wise gameplay wasn't good really. It's just you beating up baddies over and over again.
Yeah, essentially. I just after what I saw in the trailer, I laughed a lot. I like how they were remaking the test footage in it. Don't know too much about the director, but from what I'm seeing, I think he's gonna nail it. I thought the sense of humor was phenomenal. I really liked how it was a lot of fourth wall breaking jokes, a lot of meta jokes. Like, for instance, like how they said in the trailer.
They referenced Green Lantern.
They referenced Green Lantern. They referenced like from the studio that sewed my mouth shut or whatever.
From the studio, fucking sewed my mouth shut.
Yeah, that got me. That made me laugh my ass off. I loved it. T.J. Miller looks really good in it. He laid off some pretty good jokes.
If you don't know T.J. Miller, he was in Big Hero 6.
Yeah, he's also in Silicon Valley. If you watch that show, phenomenal show, by the way. Great show. Yeah, he was in that. Just all around looks like a pretty well-rounded cast. I'm really looking forward to it. Action sequences look great. Deadpool looks better than ever. They really nailed the costume down. Really digging how they did the costume, especially the eyes. How they really put a lot of animation towards the eyes. Ryan Reynolds knocks it out of the park, I think, in the trailer. I think he's going to be a great Deadpool.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I like how they describe how he looks without the mask.
Oh God, yeah, that killed me.
The one that got me was his face. Like T.J. Miller says that his face looks like Freddy Krueger face fucked a topographical map of Utah.
That was so
Which in itself,
is a great joke.
Visualizing that is funny. Saying that is funnier.
Exactly.
Being in
like,
this
even
movie,
without the context of Deadpool, like, because his face is all fucked up and everything, but like even without like the context of Deadpool, that's a damn good joke.
Yeah, it's
like I commend the writers for that because that's a fucking great joke.
It's funny. It's very funny.
It really is. But yeah, I really think that Ryan Reynolds is going to do wonders.
The point is, I thought I would see. The one thing though that I've heard was the Red Band trailer and the Comic-Con trailer are not the same.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Because in the Comic-Con trailer, I heard you saw a Stan Lee cameo, and in this you didn't. So
because
I guess I was just hoping that the trailer I would see the Comic-Con trailer, and that's why I'm not as enthusiastic as I should be.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that I'm not enthusiastic about it, just because I think we talked about that in the last episode. Hype is not something that you should probably put into most movies, just because you can really think this movie's gonna be great, and then you go and see Jurassic World, like me, and think it's awful and you want to walk out on it.
Right.
And I think that's something we should talk about, maybe. When you talk about
Like how hype can affect the movie.
Yeah, but I mean that's something for another day.
Definitely, yeah.
But no, I'm glad I saw it. I have the ability to see it. It's funny. It's not as good as I thought it would be, but my underappreciation of it, I'm gonna say, is why I want to see it. Because this means that the movie's gonna be good. At least I'm gonna like it a lot.
Yeah, you're not letting the hype train get to you.
Yeah, I have no hype for it going into it. But
I mean, I have a little bit of hype for it because it's my
Yeah.
favorite. It's my favorite character. And he's finally getting his movie and stuff like that, and the recognition he deserves. This past year has been great because Daredevil got his own TV show now,
That's
and
good.
I binge watched that like the first week it came out, and I loved it. I loved every second of
I'm
it.
on episode 5,
And-
and it took me a month. I'm like,
That was like me with Breaking Bad. It took me a really long time to finish Breaking Bad. It took me like 4 months to watch it.
I mean, you gotta go 5 seasons. This is just one with 13 episodes.
Yeah.
And I did 4, and now I'm working 3 weeks without watching an episode.
Fair enough.
So,
But
but no, going back to what I said before, I don't think I said it the best way, but I want to see this movie. Don't get me wrong, but the fact that I didn't like the trailer, it makes me excited just because of
right.
just because I'm not as hyped. Like I saw the Jurassic World trailer, like I said, I thought it was gonna be good, and I saw it and I didn't like it. But now that I don't like the trailer, hopefully I get the exact opposite outcome where I didn't like the trailer and I really like the movie.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not gonna say I'm hyped for it. I'm just gonna say I'll see it when I see it.
Fair enough. And it's not that far from release date. It's like February? I think
I
February
thought
26th.
it was January, February. I saw.
It's around that time frame.
I thought it was gonna be a January movie, which got me a little like, oh no.
Yeah, January movies don't really tend to be
It's a
that great.
January movie.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, episode 5 of the Cinema Dash, everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry for
That
ruining it for everybody.
that
but,
shitstorm in the middle.
Yeah, that shitstorm in the middle where we walked out.
I walked out.
Oh, you walked
Just
out.
like in the movie. Also, I think the next episode of us actually reviewing something, I saw Southpaw. I think we should go see Southpaw.
I would really like to go see Southpaw. You said it was as good as Rocky, right?
I did, but I'm gonna go into why I think it's that good when we review it,
Right.
if we do eventually see it.
Uh huh.
But I would see it again, definitely. I'll just leave it at that, and I'll obviously leave it at it was just as good as Rocky, I think. But yeah, I think we should review it. I think we hopefully will. But then again,
Yeah, I would definitely like to.
Then again, I said that the same thing about Back to the Future, and we haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
But
We'll get
yeah,
to it.
like I said,
We'll
hopefully we'll do it.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching again. I'm Anthony.
Nah.
Or Deej, or whatever.
Wow, bringing it back to the second episode, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. I guess so.
Remember you did that second episode?
I do remember vividly. I had nightmares about it, and I couldn't sleep. I had sleep paralysis. It was
Point
insanity.
Point is, see you all in the next one.
Yep, see you in the next one.